Sponsor is GVG Mall, where using my SKG discount code leads to a 25% off across several products, making a Windows 10 serial key only $16. After the payment, you'll receive the key in your account and all you need to do is to introduce it in your Windows settings and bam! You have an activated system. Well, the RX 6500 XT has been getting a lot of hate since its release, but is it really justifiable? Ancient Gameplays, I'm Fabio Pisco, and welcome to my channel. One of the reasons this card has actually been really hated is due to having only 4GB VRAM, and on top of that, only, and I repeat, only 64-bit bus. So even the lower tier cards, at least the 500 series, usually have 128-bit bus, and in this case we have just 4GB of RAM, and on top of that, 64-bit bus. Which in 2022 is kind of considered, using user benchmarks words, substandard performance, or in this case, substandard specs. Yeah. And that's not even the worst part, because on top of this, we actually have only 4 PCI Express lanes. So the usual GPUs bring 16 PCI Express lanes, while for example the GPUs like the 6600, the 6600 XT bring only 8 lanes. And usually 8 lanes are more than enough even for a GPU as strong as the 6600 XT, okay? So even using PCI Express 3, 8 lanes will be enough. But AMD actually went nuts and they brought only 4 lanes to the 6500 XT. Only 4 lanes. And if you're using an older PC with just PCI Express 3, for example even a Ryzen 2000 series, which is not that old, you're gonna have a bad time because you will have only PCI Express 3, as you can see in this video, and nuts, and they brought only 4 lanes to the 6500 XT. Only 4 lanes. And if you're using an older PC with just PCI Express 3, for example even a Ryzen 2000 series, which is not that old, you're gonna have a bad time because you will have only PCI Express 3, as you can see in this video, and the performance is quite bad with PCI.
Welcome back to Harbour Unboxed. Today, we're taking a look at a brand new RDNA 2.
What's the story, Mother?
Base GPU using TSMC's cutting-edge 6nm process. Sounds exciting, right? Well, maybe not, because this is the result, the Radeon RX 6400. But before I tell you all about this cute little guy, today's sponsor spot is brought to you by ASUS's latest range of Intel Z690 motherboards, along with their ROG Ryzen 2 all-in-one liquid coolers. One of the most extreme Z690 motherboards on the market is the ROG Maximus Z690 Hero D5, packing a 10-phase V-core with two 90-amp subscription. It uses less than 75 watts, and that means it receives all of its power from the PCIe slot. In fact, AMD has branded this particular model with a total board power rating of just 53 watts, and that means it should use even less power than the GTX 1650. This lower power usage means it's possible to create a low-profile version of the RX 6400, and this is what most board partners have opted to do, and we have this example from PowerColor. So in a way, the RX 6400 is actually a kind of cool product, or at least it would have been if AMD had have set the MSRP lower than $160 US. Traditionally, sub 75 watt graphics cards like the RX 550, they've been priced below $100 US, or $80 US in this example. So that means at twice the price of previously released models, the RX 6400 might be hard to get excited about, and certainly will be for the majority of you. Of course, prices of all graphics cards, and products for that matter, have increased from the RX 550 days, but the same was said when the 6500 XT launched, and just 4 months later, that product is looking weaker than ever. So the price sucks, but at this point, that probably won't be news to anyone, and we're certainly not shocked. But for those of you looking for an affordable graphics card, the RX 6400, it just won't be worth it, or at least it shouldn't be for anyone who has access to a decent secondhand market. But I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video. For now, let's talk about who the RX 6400 might appeal to. As a low-profile, single-slot graphics card that doesn't require external power, the RX 6400 can be thrown in anything with a PCIe x16 slot. Popular options for such a cheap product are second-hand Dell Optiplex desktop PCs. People often snag these things for well under $100 US, with respectable components such as 16GB of RAM and Core i5 processors. And these PCs often only accept low-profile graphics cards, and they don't provide PCI loved RX 6500 XT. And yes, for those of you who can't sense sarcasm, that was strong sarcasm. The 6500 XT was almost universally hated. So it'll be interesting to see if the power and size advantages of the 6400 can help it overcome a 25% reduction in core and ROP count, an 18% decrease in core frequency, and an 11% reduction in memory frequency and bandwidth. Of course, the RX 6400 has inherited all the same issues that plagued the 6500 XT, so that means we're still looking at a PCIe 4.0. For testing, I'm using our Ryzen. Starting with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which has been tested at 1080p using the medium quality settings, we see that best case the RX 6400 is good for 54 FPS on average, which is far from impressive, only matching the old RX 570, though it was 8% faster than the GTX 1650, at least when using PCIe 4.0. Switching to PCI 3.0, which will be relevant for those of you using old OEM PCs, performance dropped by 9%, and now the RX 6400 is slightly slower than the GTX 1650. We're also looking at a 20% performance drop when compared to the RX 6500 XT. So certainly very underwhelming performance there, given Unfortunately, you still can't play older titles such as Shadow of the Tomb Raider maxed out and achieve 60 FPS. Using PCIe 4.0, the 6400 managed just 53 FPS, which was again RX 5700 Li performance, and then when switching to PCIe 3.0, it fell behind the GTX 1650 for what really was quite a miserable experience. Watch Dogs Legion was tested using the medium quality settings, and here we were unable to achieve 60 FPS, but the game was at least playable. Using PCIe 4.0, we're once
Alright, so here we are on the PTB. There's been a ton of changes. I think 2 maps got reworked, maybe even more. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't checked over all of the patch notes, but some of the killers got changed as well, such as Skull Merchant, Leatherface, and Trapper as well. If you would like to see the list of this so you can see exactly what got changed, that will be down below in the description and also in the pinned comments. And with that said, we are going to get straight on into the games. Alright, taking Chase straight away here, which is always good. I did see a Hex Totem over there as well, so we will have to go back for that. Unless it's haunted ground, of course, but who knows. So the way this works, you get like stacks now. Yeah, so I think as you can see that we got 2 stacks, so we need to move. I do like the way they've changed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of it. I think it's a lot better, a lot more fun for everyone. Obviously that 3-gen thing was pretty crazy, wasn't it? This is not a bad loop. Nice, someone got the totem there. Who knows what that was. Let's just get this down there because we do get injured from the claw trap thing. Yeah, this map is very different, isn't it? Nice, got a gen down. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read over all of the patch notes because it was, you know, there was so much of it. And we're not gonna be doing that many games on it anyway. So I don't know exactly what they've changed with this map, but I assume my idea was to just like condense it, kind of what they did with the Artists map. I can't remember the name of that map, but similar thing with that. Just condense it, make it a lot smaller. Well, not a lot smaller, make it a bit smaller. It was way too big beforehand, so I assume that's what they've done. You guys can let me know though in the comments down below. Also, if you would like to see any of the patch notes, that's also in the comments down below, in the pinned comments, maybe the description as well. I think she's leaving here. Are we like, is she like undetectable? Alright, she is undetectable there. Not gonna lie, I would like the chase again. Alright, perfect, perfect. Appreciate that. The chase is on. We'll greet this. Very nice. Do get away with that, luckily. This is a really nice palette as well. You know what? This is actually going to be a really fun looping map now. Like, this is nice. Good double back there. That's an M1, I think. Yeah, just about. We'll move away. This palette here, yeah, I don't like that one. Not for me, that one. Let's get that down. I mean, it could be alright. It's not terrible. You'd have to like pre-throw it though and force them to go all the way around. Because obviously you've got the really weak side. She commits to that, we're going Shaq. I don't know if we got the distance actually. Yeah, we wouldn't have made that. We'll play window. Also, I've seen something about like, oh, I heard something about the terror radius being changed. Doesn't sound that different to me. It sounds.
There honestly may be something wrong with me. This entire video is purely dedicated about the best bang for your buck budget. That's gonna happen so many times. This entire video is purely dedicated at getting the best bang for your buck on some budget graphics cards under $100, and I still ended up paying more money than I should have to ensure that all three of our cards are the same exact model because aesthetics over everything. It's gonna be really fun looking at how clean all three of these cards are in the B-roll shots today, and after the video, you'll know I'll be putting together some budget white gaming PCs with these graphics cards. This is definitely gonna be a do as I say and not do as I do style of video though, because you can buy all three of these GPUs for under $100 and cheaper than what I paid, and these will be perfect options for budget personal builds or especially budget PC flips. Our testing rig is also rocking the aesthetics over everything mindset. I'm physically incapable of showcasing just a standard test bench setup on the channel, so you know we went a little overkill on this one as well. We'll talk about all these parts a little later in the video, but for now, a quick word from today's sponsor. I've promoted a ton of third-party key reseller websites in the past, but Digital Chill Mart continues to be my all-time personal favorite site to use, and I've bought at least 30 keys from them so far for my own business. Digital Chill Mart not only has all the keys you need such as Windows 10 and Windows 11 for your PC flipping business, but unlike everyone else, they also provide literally instant key delivery as soon as you purchase it, which is why it's my favorite website to use. With the coupon code ZTT, they're actually to address all the keyboard warriors down in the comment section first. The prices that we're going to talk about today are 100% not once in a lifetime unrepeatable deals. You can definitely get the same exact prices that I'm about to talk about, but with a little bit of patience. I didn't want to make a video showcasing 3 GPUs under $100 that you'll most likely never find at that price because that doesn't help anybody, but rather these selections are based on prices that you'll actually see out in the wild, but you will need to exercise a little bit of patience like I said. It's really tough trying to balance this concept for these style of videos. On one end, I could show you prices that only dedicated true PC flippers will pay because they're consistently hawking the used marketplaces every single hour. Some of these people are in the ZTT Discord server, which is linked down below by the way. And on the other end of the spectrum, I could select GPUs that are literally always under $100 on almost every single posting, and it would be stupid to pay $1 above that. These 3 choices that we have today though are right in the middle, so you'll need to use some patience, but it shouldn't be that difficult to repeat. Chances are, if you click the GPU links that are down in the description, like literally right now, 2 of these graphics cards are probably gonna be seen for $120, $140, or maybe even $150. But after some serious market research, we determined that all 3 of these graphics cards are consistently dropping below $100, and that's what you should strive for if you're trying to get the best value. All right, so in no particular order, the best GPUs under $100 in my opinion right now in early September of 2022 is gonna be the RX 570 4GB, the GTX 970, and the GTX 1060 3GB. First up, stop and let me know down in the comment section if this was what you're expecting. Be honest, I really
We can't kill it. Best we can do is escape and blow this place to hell.